Campbell County Sheriff Robbie Goins tells WLAF that a La Follette man has been arrested in conjunction with a stabbing that resulted in the death of a 53-year-old man. Friday evening at 6:26 p.m., deputies were dispatched to 1078 South Highway 25W, just outside the city of La Follette. The deputies discovered Rocky Lane Gibson, age 53, of that address, suffering from a knife wound. Mr. Gibson was flown by Lifestar to the University of Tennessee Medical Center, where he later passed away due to injuries received during an altercation. Detectives immediately began an investigation into the events leading up to the stabbing. Captain J. Brandon Elkins and Detective Sergeant Freddie White began interviewing persons involved and those that may have knowledge of the stabbing. Their efforts revealed sufficient evidence to make an arrest late Saturday night. Elkins charged Jonathan B. Sexton, age 26, of Pleasant Ridge Road, La Follette, with voluntary manslaughter. Sexton remains in the Campbell County Jail awaiting to be arraigned, and it is believed that alcohol was a contributing factor to the altercation that led to the death of Mr. Gibson. Sheriff Goins wishes to express his condolences to the Gibson family and thanks all of his personnel involved in that investigation. Rumor of a child hit by police during the parade, just that, a rumor. Thousands lined the parade route Saturday night for the annual Christmas parade. Parade director Kelly Jo Wright calls it the largest parade in the history of the event, with upwards of 150 entries. La Follette Police Chief Jimmy Jeffries says it was a very busy night for he and his officers. The parade began at 6 and took more than an hour to make it to the center of town. Jeffries goes on to say that everyone in the police department worked the parade on a night that saw 3 vehicles break down in the parade, as well as 3 ambulance runs come through. Those events, along with the huge amount of entries, made for a long night, with the parade not ending until after 9 p.m. Jeffries addressed the rumor that a child was hit by a police car along the parade route. He says that is not true. It is just a rumor. Jeffries adds that there was one arrest coming when a car in the parade was doing burnouts along the parade route. Just before 8 p.m., La Follette officers pulled over 22-year-old Kevin Halcomb of La Follette, arresting him for reckless endangerment. Christmas in the park will be starting this evening at 6 o'clock. There will be lots to see as you drive through the park. Christmas in the park began back in the 1980s. This week will be a very big week for Campbell County students. It's end of course testing today through Thursday. Curriculum Principal Sandy Wilson tells WLAF that the state mandated tests are for students who are currently enrolled in algebra, English, biology, or U.S. history. Wilson says attendance is crucial because the test accounts for 25% of a student's end of semester grade. Wilson notes that all students are served a free breakfast during testing days. Test results could be back in less than a month. And the Campbell County Small Business Incubator will provide a free seminar on Tuesday, December the 4th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Incubator Office, Community Trust Bank Building, located at 2603 Jacksboro Pike on the 2nd floor in Jacksboro. Titled QuickBooks 101, QuickBooks is a popular software program that can make accounting for your business relatively easy, but you must get it set up properly in order for it to work properly. James Cotton, SS Bookkeeping and Tax Service, will present the seminar. For more information and to register, contact John Branham, Assistant Director, at 423-437-8083. They ask that you please register early if possible. And that's a look at the news. We'll be back with the weekend press release after this. And taking a look at the press release from the Campbell County Sheriff's Department, 35 people have been booked into the Campbell County Jail over the weekend. Timothy Paul Anderson, 36, of Highway 297 in Newcomb, for violation of probation and an attachment for child support. 26-year-old Amber M. Bailey of Robbins Road, La Follette, on a capious bench warrant. Jerry Earl Bolton, 65, of Wildwood Circle, La Follette, for aggravated assault by domestic violence and on 2 capious bench warrants. Scarlett Lauren Bowman, age 20, of Rose Hill Drive, La Follette, for public intoxication, possession of a Schedule IV controlled substance, and possession of a legend drug. 32-year-old Randall Scott Braden of Oak Circle in Lake City, on a capious bench warrant. Jeremy Ryan Bragg, 22, of College Road, La Follette, for DUI. 22-year-old Jessica L. Brandenburg of Jones Trailer Lane in La Follette, for possession of drug paraphernalia. Derek Matthew DeYoung, 25, of Fox Ridge Lane in Caravel, second offense DUI and driving while revoked. Wendy DeShay Falls, 39, of East First Street, La Follette, for aggravated assault, theft of property under $500, and failure to render aid or information. John Kevin Finley, age 40, of John McGee Boulevard in Caravel, for theft of property under $500. 40-year-old Rebecca Ann Ford of Back Valley Road, La Follette, for driving while suspended and on a capious bench warrant. 39-year-old Jeffrey Paul Fowler of Ridner Lane in Jacksboro, for domestic violence by assault, resisting arrest, evading arrest, and disorderly conduct. Kevin Casey Halcomb, 22, of South Indiana Avenue, La Follette, for reckless endangerment. 41-year-old Theresa Renee Harmon of Newcomb, for DUI, violation of the implied consent law, violation of the driver's license law, failure to maintain lane control, and violation of the Tennessee financial law. Gary Lee Isaac, 65, of Williamsburg, for DUI and reckless endangerment. Wesley Scott Market, 27, of Tennessee Street in Caravel, for domestic violence by assault. Michael W. Marlowe, 39, of South Main Street, Jellicoe, on a capious bench warrant. 36-year-old Donna McCall of West Cotulla Lane in Duff, for DUI, driving while suspended, failure to exercise due care, violation of the Tennessee financial law, and reckless endangerment. Karen Sue McCulley, age 40, of Valley View Road, La Follette, for theft of property between $1,000 and $9,999. Justin C. McKinney of West Drive in Arizona, for domestic violence by assault. 32-year-old Joe Meza of Bayard Lane in Jacksboro, for fourth offense DUI, violation of the light law, and ignition interlock device required. Lowell Murray, 41, of North 7th Street, La Follette, for violation of probation. 21-year-old Patrick Pierce of Loop Road, La Follette, for possession of a Schedule VI controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, and child endangerment. Ronald Wyatt Presley, 42, of Rosebud, Arizona, for domestic violence by assault. 41-year-old Tamara L. Rasnick of West Cotulla Lane in Duff, for possession of a Schedule VI controlled substance. 26-year-old Jonathan B. Sexton of Pleasant Ridge Road, La Follette, for voluntary manslaughter. Christopher Thomas Smith, age 38, of Connor Street in Jacksboro, for domestic violence by assault. Travis Edward Smith, 32, of Eagle Circle in Jacksboro, for theft of property under $500 and possession of a Schedule 6 controlled substance. 43-year-old Randall T. Stanley of Loganville, Georgia, for failure to drive within the lane and DUI. Robert Lee Tackett, 41, of Stony Fork Road, Caravel, for public intoxication, possession of a Schedule 6 controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. 45-year-old John Roy Tekish of South Carolina, for driving while suspended. John Roy Tekish, 45, of Surfside Beach, South Carolina, for resisting a stop, frisk, halt, search order, evading arrest, theft of property under $550, and destruction of evidence. 43-year-old Charles Eugene Walker of Park Place Lane in Caravel, for muffler cutouts and driving while suspended. Alicia Michelle Wilson, 22, of Knoxville, for driving while suspended, violation of the Tennessee financial law, violation of the litter law, and the driver's license law. And last today, Cobina Morgan Woods, 49, of South 8th Street, La Follette, for aggravated assault by domestic violence and failure to render aid or information. And we thank you for joining us for this Monday edition of the news. Hope you have a great evening. Don't forget, Christmas in the Park tonight at 6 at Cove Lake.
We sing happy birthday to you, and may all your dreams come true.
Happy, happy birthday.
Oh,
this is your birthday song.
Oh,
celebration all night long.
Oh,
may all you...
Hey, welcome into Birthdays and Anniversaries today. It's the Eastside Birthday Club, brought to you by Eastside Pizza and Deli and your friends here at the old radio and TV station, WLAF. No anniversaries all weekend or today. Well, anyway, let's go to birthdays. How about that? For Saturday, Stella McNeely and Kobe Allen celebrated. Kobe turned 23 on Saturday. For birthdays today here on this Monday, Paige Hunt is celebrating. Happy birthday to you, Paige. Paige turns number 9, birthday number 9 today. And Vaughn Wilson celebrates today as well. Happy birthday to you, Vaughn. And again, happy birthday to you on your special day. We'll be announcing winners on Friday. Dinners for 2 for the anniversary and birthday winners right here on WLAF. All compliments of our friends at Eastside Pizza and Deli in the Food Line Shopping Center. Stay with us. The news continues right here.